This hour brought to you by llamas.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, how's my sound? Yo. It was definitely last minute. So let's give him a shout out. Sean, how do you say that? Alki?
I do not
Andrew?
like my voice.
I always thought it was
recording.
Sean Iaiki.
Like most people. Sorry.
Mr.
I don't like the
Super.
way my voice sounds on recording. What if I talk like this? Would I like it better? Maybe I should talk deeper. Hey, how's it going?
You should try to talk like a disc jockey from like the 80s.
Well, I can already barely talk. I have like brain aneurysms constantly shooting into my neuron structures.
Mr. Super's here.
Whatever that means.
Jehovah is here.
Welcome to the show.
Chilling.
Welcome.
Angela Boom Baby Carson.
Rye Russ.
Um,
Oops, on my pictures. I got to shave. Hold on.
Rye Russ is here.
Before I show
Drew
my
Duncan.
face.
I don't know if I missed you. I didn't mean to.
Who is on this panel?
I don't know, we have a ton of people.
don't
So
see
this is
anything.
called.
Oh,
so
Callfourzero. Hey, welcome.
Callfourzero, yeah.
So what's going on?
Oh,
Oh.
that's great. I'm glad to have you.
Welcome,
Right
Call
back.
for
I
Zero.
got to shave really quick. I look horrible. I'll be right back.
All right. So I invited Callfourzero on tonight to have a talk about the Earth is rising. I'm not saying it is rising, but it's basically what you guys, the way that you guys are trying to explain how gravity works, right?
Well, I'll start by saying I like Eric Dubé. You know, I didn't like his attitude because he was really harsh to me like 3-4 years ago. And I didn't understand why. He just had an attitude, but he's mellowed out a bit. But this last 10-minute segment is a serious string of straw mans. It's like
What I just
say-
played. What I
they
just played.
say carrots aren't good for you. So if you eat coleslaw, they're saying that's all straw man. Completely straw man.
Well, that's why,
like I said, I do like the guy.
yeah, I mean, I like him too. But what I'm saying is, like, I just wanted to get you on to have your side of the story so you can explain it, because I haven't heard it from one of you guys yet. Really, I haven't really talked to you about it. So, I don't know. Should we just get started? Should I just put your thing up now?
Yeah, that'd be good. You know, and especially when Eric finished with, they can't simply accept how it is. Now, where have we heard that before, man? Come on, you know. Okay, let's play the video.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I mean,
Good point.
this whole thing kind of reminds me of like, almost like when you first found out about flat Earth and you were like, no, it's still a globe for a while.
Right.
And now people are like, actually, it's moving up. And people are like, no. It's like, I don't know. I mean,
no.
So you can prove it? You can prove that it's moving up? So, all right, I'll let you explain it. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
The bottom line is gravity is not a pull, it's a push. And it's not a belief, it's physics. And this video touches on all of that. And if we could play it through, then address like bit by bit, that'd be fine.
You want to play it all? You want to play it all the way through, or do you want me to stop it at certain points so you can talk?
I think if you play it through and just note the minutes that you want to go over again, if you do, because as the video goes on, questions are answered, you know, down the line. So it's it wouldn't be a good idea for me to like try to answer something at a minute 45.
Yeah. I'll try to pay attention close to it, and then if I have any questions, I'll ask you at the end.
Yeah, it's 15
There
minutes.
we go. I'll take notes if I have to.
This ain't it. This is the same. Oh, hold on. Get this one out of here. Yeah, I wasn't sure about this video either, but I do remember what he's talking about, though.
Is that the Katy Perry?
When Rising Earth came around a long time ago, and then it kind of faded out. That's when he made that video. I mean,
shout out to Katy Perry.
It's not like this is new. This has been around, right?
Yeah. This video, it opens with 2 minutes of flat level Earth, and then it goes into inertia test. That's where it gets kind of
all right. Let's see what it's showing.
Hello everyone, Callfourzero. In this video, I'm on Ray's channel talking about level Earth and upward vector, presenting some clips of various tests, and talk in theory afterwards. So let us begin.
Earth is not flat.
Correct.
Okay.
So we're introducing boxes that provide factual information at the top of results that have shown themselves to turn up a lot of information that is counterfactual, such as searching for the Earth is flat on YouTube, where you see a lot of.
Your response is to put a box saying, nope, the Earth is not flat.
Okay, Mr. Douche and Ms. Downs have their ideas pretty much set in stone. They went to make sure nobody gets polluted with real information. We can see from this high altitude balloon over 100,000 feet, it's level. The next video are wind fans offshore. They are spaced approximately a half mile from each other heading out. This video represents what we should see from the beach regarding Earth curve ocean blockage.
Okay.
A zoom camera shows the bases of the fans in the distance. This is the first inertia test. We have a socket on a ruler being dropped. It all drops equally. But one end is touching Earth. It appears to be pushed up, breaking the socket free from the high end of the stick. Let's look at this again. Shouldn't it all fall together? Isn't the pull of gravity equal on all the parts? Is something pushing up on that right end of the ruler, breaking the socket free? Here's a plank with a heavy sinker. Same idea. It all goes down together until it's attached to Earth, and then the right side is pushed up, breaking the heavy weight free. And now here's a light object, a cork. Same thing, the right end of the stick is being pushed up. All this is done with a $5 driveway experiment. You don't need vacuum chambers or hypothetical space. Okay, here's a basic inertia test. When force is applied on one end of the stick, the other end reacts and moves in the opposite direction. A force creating motion. Same idea here. All right, here's a cup
Let's say you
with
put someone on the
fluid.
ground.
Air is injected into the cup,
Hold on.
forming bubbles.
Let me let Sinjan talk for a second. So what do you see, Sinj? What's going on?
I just said that's how you put someone on the ground in a.
Oh.
If you're to knock someone down, you put their feet up and you put them down, right? So their feet end up in the air and their head, right?
So Callfourzero, what is he trying to say?
Ninja principles.
So no matter what, so basically what I saw was on that stick, no matter, I'll rewind just a little bit. No matter what type of weight he puts on, or it's still what? It bounces? What is he trying to say with this?
Like, share, and subscribe.
It's not saying anything. It's an observation that pull gravity is the narrative. So when the stick is not touching the ground on the right end, it all comes down like gravity says it comes down. But when a part of the stick is in contact with the rising surface, there is a force there that kicks the left end down,
Okay.
and the inertia of the cork,
Yeah.
where it stays where it wants to stay, and that demonstrates that there's a push upward. That's what that's about.
Okay. So it's showing that there's a push upward.
Correct.
Okay. Let's see it again. I'm just gonna put the volume. I'll put the
It
volume.
appears to be pushed up, breaking the socket free from the high end of the stick.
Okay.
Let's look at this again.
I see what you're saying now.
Shouldn't it all fall together? Isn't the pull of gravity equal on all the parts?
So like, because it comes apart and the stick
Is
is
something
falling
pushing
down
up
first.
on that right end of the ruler,
If
breaking
the
the
right
socket
end of the
free?
stick was a half inch above the ground,
Mhm.
that weight on the left would not move because there's no force. But the force pushing up on the right end of the stick, the object on the left wants to
Almost-
remain where it is. Newton's first law, it's inertia.
Almost like a seesaw.
Well, it's an observation. It's a physical observation. It's not a belief. It's a physical observation.
Okay. Okay. We'll move on from this one. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. That's all.
Here's a plank with a heavy sinker. Same idea. It all goes down together until it's attached to earth, and then the right side is pushed up, breaking the heavy weight free. And now here's a light object, a cork. Same thing. The right end of the stick is being pushed up. All this is done with a $5 driveway experiment. You don't need vacuum chambers or hypothetical space. Okay, here's a basic inertia test.
So what it's showing is that the Earth is rising, so it pushes it up. Or
What it's showing is anything that's in contact with the system that's rising
Mhm.
will observably be under the influence of an upward push. That's what it's showing. If you're in contact with Earth, it's up. If you're not, then it's not up. It's decelerating.
so
Like if I have something in my hand and I drop it, it initially continues up, and we continue up with the rising system. It decelerates and appears to drop. And this is physics. It's not a belief. It's physics.
all right.
When force is applied on one end of the stick, the other end reacts and moves in the opposite direction. A force creating motion.
So basically, when one side goes down, the
Same
other one.
idea here.
One side goes down, the other one goes up. Basically.
Yeah, it's the Newton's first law again. It's
Okay. I
it'll
get that.
it'll remain at rest unless acted upon by a force.
Okay. I'm getting it. I'm starting. To
Right.
All right. Here's a cup with fluid. Air is injected into the cup, forming bubbles. And in free fall, the buoyancy density idea is not working. It just simply meets the rising earth. There's no density causation for a bubble moving up here. It's not moving. There's nothing to push the bubble up. The final test is from William. Here we go.
Recreating density and buoyancy in 3 different vectors utilizing motion of a contained reference frame. In the first experiment, I'll be using a container with water, a red ping pong ball, and a steel ball. The ping pong ball and the steel ball will always displace relative to the direction of the force that's applied. For example, when I accelerate a container to the right, the container pushes the water in the same direction, creating a pressure gradient. The water is then able to push anything that's less dense, like the ping pong ball, in that same direction. That is what we would call buoyancy. However, the water is not dense enough to push the steel ball like the ping pong ball, so the steel ball remains in the same position. The steel ball only appears to move in the opposite direction of the buoyant force because the camera is also moving with the container. The ping pong ball has true motion and the steel ball has apparent motion. The same principles apply when I accelerate in any other direction.
Drew Duncan just asked a question. So when we say the Earth is rising, is it also expanding like the universe? Effie Nation.
That
Go
is
ahead.
that is somewhat addressed later, but for a short answer, an upward vector plane cannot be a ball shape. So it could be the number one globe debunker. It probably is, because it's just impossible for the globe to be moving outward in all directions at once all the time. So there is no globe.
Yeah, I get that. But so Effie Nation says nothing is spinning or rising, flat and stationary. And that's kind of, that's how I feel.
Earth ain't no go.
This is I'm not trying to
No.
I'm not trying to offend anybody. What I'm trying to say is all right, this is my question. Just because these experiments like show stuff like in a jar or whatever, like this is a jar of water with some balls in it, like ping pong balls or whatever, right? And it does something and it does what you guys are saying it's supposed to do. How does that convert over to the Earth? Like, this isn't an Earth. This is a plastic jar. You know what I mean? Like, how is this the same thing as what would happen on the Earth?
Yeah, the only way I could answer that question in less than a month's time is that you're going to have to look into it and take it down yourself or accept it, either way. But it's just not. It's just like when you first heard flat Earth, you're going, "That's crazy." I've been in the ocean. I've flown an airplane. That's your knee jerk reaction. But
no, you're right. You're right. I tell people that there's no curve a lot, and like when I'm on the airplane or whatever, and like their first thing is like, "Oh, I flew plenty of times. I saw the curve," and I'm like, "No, you didn't, because I flew all over the place." People look out the plane and somehow in their head they still see a curve when there's no curve.
You know what convinced me is I saw so many Star Trek episodes of them entering the atmosphere of this strange world and circling around it and using their communicators. I just accept them. Okay, that's what it is.
Angela said,
totally. In books I read, it's so cool because it would be great, right? Like you're coming in to this spinning ball and you're like, oh, cool. Now I'm going to keep pace with it and go through this cloud formation. And, oh, wow, there's the massive land and it's spinning. Oh, and now I'm with the land that was stopped spinning now. Wow, it's not spinning anymore. That's cool, whatever.
And it's funny, if you look up on the internet.
I love it.
The Coriolis effect.
People are afraid of it. I think it's great.
When you look at gravity on the internet and they say, well, these large, massive bodies pull each other. And then you say, well, how about a gas giant? Like they're saying all these big balls are gas. You're saying, oh, yeah, but there's kind of a solid center in the middle and that. It's just like Band-Aid after Band-Aid. It's ridiculous.
It's so dense.
The whole thing starts out with
the gas becomes solid.
Measurements and all that start out with imaginary math problem. Everything starts out from this wrong math equation in the beginning. I forget, you know what I mean?
And Neptune smells like farts.
The distance to the moon, all those are based on this. Here, I'll look it up.
I mean,
Uranus smells like
this theory goes against the biblical cosmology. Like he set the earth on its foundation so it can never be moved. And that's one of my major problems with it. But if I see something that shows me otherwise, I am going to change my mind. Let's just move forward.
In the second experiment, I'll be using a tube with water, an air bubble, and a steel ball. To accelerate the container down, I will be using a resistance band. As you can see, when connected to the Earth, we can experience a force creating density and buoyancy. The air bubble is being pushed up, and the steel ball appears to move down in the opposite direction of the buoyant force.
So it's basically like one side goes up, one side goes down. When the other side goes down, and the same thing here it's showing, right? Okay. It's like, this reminds me of like one of those toys that the kids get, like a tube with like a bubble with like glitter, like a wand that they give to the girls.
You can also see the air bubble is flattened where the force is being applied. However, when I release the container into free fall, density and buoyancy completely
Oh, we've
vanish.
showed this before.
The air bubble is no longer being pushed
I
up
remember it.
and turns
Yeah,
into a
we've
sphere,
actually
showing
showed this
that there isn't a force.
What's up? We showed
We've
this on
actually
our
showed
show?
this before, haven't we?
Yep.
I
Yep.
wonder if I showed it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's been a
we've covered
while.
everything.
Been
I
a
remember
while.
we did this.
Force
This
present
guy,
in
yeah,
free fall.
It was like 6 months ago or something.
Yeah, William is saying, that ball of air in that liquid
When I
should be
actually
going up, but it
accelerate the
isn't because there's no push at the bottom. That's why it's not going up.
Where? This one is going up, this bubble?
If this device was being pushed up,
Mhm.
the fluid at the bottom being denser than the bubble pushes the bubble up. But as it's in free fall, there's nothing pushing it up. So there is no gravity, density, buoyancy there. That's what he's saying.
So then why is it if nothing's pushing, if it's not pushing it up, then why is it moving up?
He just showed you it's stationary.
All right, let's see.
Container down, we can see density and buoyancy invert. The air bubble is being pushed down,
Oh yeah,
and
all
the
right.
steel ball appears to move up. Not only does acceleration require a force, acceleration will always cause displacement of solid surface and gas, proving
So something pushed the ball up? Is that what he just said? The ball went down and then back up?
Generally, a lighter object in a denser material will move in the direction of the force.
With Remarkable Paper Pro, our meetings are so much more efficient, free from distractions.
Doing. I don't get it. Like that's where you guys are losing me. Like, how do you scale this to the Earth?
It's an accumulation of observation. If somebody's willing to look at it and give it a month and say, well, I know that it can't be moving up because, and then find that they can't answer that question.
But we
It's
don't
kinda
know
like flat Earth.
we don't know if the Earth is made out of these same materials that he has this tube thing made out of. Like, we don't really know what God made the Earth out of. Like,
this is an experiment of gravity and the effects. So
okay,
that's what's going on here.
Maybe I sound dumb. I'm just trying to figure it out. All right.
that objects don't accelerate down in free fall.
See, the free fall, there is no buoyancy.
In this video, I'll be showing that flames always follow the direction of.
So wait, in the free fall, there is no buoyancy. There should be buoyancy. And
Well,
there isn't.
if it's a bubble in a liquid, shouldn't it be going up?
Yes,
Okay, and it's not.
and it wasn't. What was it doing? Just staying in the same spot, right?
Right.
Okay, all right. I got that.
The force. Flames are less dense than air, so depending on the direction of the force pushing on the air, that will also determine what direction the flames get pushed.
Real quick though, if it's staying in the same spot, right? What does that prove? What is that showing?
That it's Newton's first law. It'll remain at rest because there is no force acting upon it. There is no pull.
Oh, all right. So there's no pull of gravity, is what it's showing. There's no pull of anything.
There's no force there until it touches Earth, and then it has the upward push, and it travels in the direction of the force.
So what does that mean? If it has to touch Earth to go back up?
It has to, yes, correct. Because if it's not in contact with Earth, there is no upward vector. There is no buoyancy.
So what is that really showing, though?
That Earth is rising.
That's showing that Earth is rising?
It is, yeah.
Example, when I have a flame in a container with air surrounding it, as soon as I apply a force to the right, there's a greater compression of air to the left that is then able to push anything that's less dense, like the flame, in the same direction as the force. When I apply a force to the left, the greater compression of air to the right is then able to push the flame to the left. This can be demonstrated and repeated 100% of the time. The flame will always get pushed in the same direction as the force. When I actually apply a force down, we can see the greater compression of air switch to the top of the container, pushing the flame down, showing that there is a force present. However, when I release the container into freefall, there is no compression of air in the container, so the flame is not being pushed in any direction and thus turns into a sphere, showing that there isn't a force present. The compression of air in the container is only present when connected to the earth, pushing the flame up, showing that the force of the earth is also up. You can have acceleration without a force, and you can have a force without any reaction of the flame.
So basically, what he's saying is like when the thing isn't touching the earth, right? Whatever the object is, it's not moving at all. But when it's not touching the earth, it's usually falling. If something's not touching the earth, it's falling.
Well, what he's saying is, if it's not connected to a rising surface, there is no impetus. There's no up, down, left, right. There's nothing there. There's no buoyancy.
So that proves that the surface is rising.
It's an example. It's a physical example of lack of motion because there's no reaction. But as soon as it touches Earth, there's an upward vector, and it moves up because it has to match the motion, whichever direction it may be. And with a flame, it's obviously up.
So he's saying, like, if it works on a small scale, it works on a large scale too. Like
I think it's a little better than Neil deGrasse Tyson saying, well, we don't know what it is. We observe it. We can measure it. At least this is science. This is physical.
No, I know what you mean. He's doing provable, observable, testable, repeatable
stuff. We don't know what it is.
For me, I've seen UFOs come through stars that opened up and the UFOs came through. So that to me, like, blows everything. I'm like, okay, we don't understand nothing.
Wasn't that the time you stayed up for 3 days and went for a walk at like 4 in the
Negative.
morning?
Don't go there, dude. Don't even fuck around, dude. This is really serious. No one even fucking goes, wow, it's amazing you saw fucking UFOs come through the stars.
He did.
You call me a fucking liar? I'm sick of this shit.
No, I know how crazy you get about it.
No, I'm not triggered. By the way, I never even heard the word triggered until that blonde-haired president became our president. I never heard the word triggered before.
Real quick, not to take it off subject because I'm starting to get what you guys are saying. But
Ray,
Singeman did show me
stars, dude.
Singeman did show me some stuff.
That's amazing, and no one even goes,
"Sky
wow."
moving." When I went to California, what up?
In the last
nothing compared to what I saw, Ray.
In the last 5 minutes of this video, I lay some of my own theories on there. That's not necessarily the community, but it includes mud flood. I think you're going to like it. Yes.
Not very many people have seen
the video
the Orion's belt open up and let stars.
An object attached to Earth continues upward with the entire system rising. And an object disconnected from Earth is rising but decelerating. It comes to what you could call a pause and then appears to accelerate downward. It's a slowing to a pause and then a reversal. I saw this in a video 3 or 4 months ago where a car was moving along at about 30 miles an hour. A ball was tossed out the back of it. The ball bounced a couple of times, decelerating, yet continuing to chase the car. Like the ball did not land and distance itself from the car, it chased the car that was already in motion because the ball was still in motion, decelerating. When we see, for example, an arrow fired straight up, it pauses, then returns down, and what appears to be acceleration. Then there are questions of contained system, air pressure, rate of rise of the upward vector system. My investigation shows you can look at various speeds of objects appearing to fall and get an idea of what's going on. I will list 3 examples. A skydiver laying prone
with the chute not deployed, will reach a maximum speed of 135 miles per hour, whether it be a 500-foot jump or a 5,000-foot jump. The skydiver is going to max out at 135 miles per hour. If the same skydiver rotates and goes into a pin drop position, like a spear, the maximum speed is 165 miles per hour. The air, the ether we breathe, provides resistance. It maxes that second skydiver at 165 miles per hour. So when I got these first two numbers, I considered what would be the object that falls the very fastest without external force, without being thrown, without being shot. So I looked up bowling ball. How fast? What's the maximum speed a bowling ball can attain? My early search is about...
Real quick. Someone just came in. Hold on, I gotta see who it was. See who this was. Oh, it's Mr. Super. Hey, what's up, Mr. Super?
What up, Raymond?
Are you watching the program tonight?
Yeah, dude, I'm totally in.
All right. So what do you think? What are you thinking about the Rising Earth so far?
Dude, I want answers to a few simple questions before I could even really take it seriously. I mean, fundamentally, like if you're in a car, if you're in a car, right? You only feel the car pushing you when you're accelerating, and then when you get up to your cruising speed, you don't feel that push any longer. Which means, if we're calling the force of gravity like an effect from the Earth rising, the Earth would have to be accelerating, not just moving at a constant speed, but exponentially going faster, which means they can never answer the simple question: how fast are we going?
How fast are we going, Callfourzero?
He won't answer.
You were almost there in the video. You were getting really close.
In the video, he said it. He said
no one could know, actually. So
no, I think you just answered your own question there, Mr. Super. We don't feel like we're accelerating up, so it would be a constant speed, not an accelerating speed.
Well,
see what I'm saying?
It's interesting because
then you wouldn't have any weight. You'd be moving at the same speed, but you'd be weightless.
But when you're in a vehicle, you don't feel like you're moving.
Not necessarily. No. It doesn't have to be accelerating. If let's say you're on an elevator and you're moving at a constant speed, like the speed's not changing. You might be heavier on a scale, but you're not going to feel like you're moving because you're not accelerating anymore. Only when you're changing.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. No, you're going to be heavier on the scale when you're accelerating from 0 to your given speed, and then you're going to be your normal weight.
I'm saying, but once you're at a constant speed, you're not going to feel it anymore because it's a constant rate.
Okay, so
that's how they get away. That's how they get away with pushing gravity.
You see what I'm saying?
Listen. Whoever's right or whoever's wrong doesn't matter. I still want an answer to the question: how fast?
We're almost there in the video. It's coming up in the next.
I did hear that they mentioned the number.
Eric Dubé said it in the video,
but I didn't write it down.
But that
it was Eric Dubé. Okay, there you go.
It's interesting how Eric Dubé, right? If you go down his channel, right? I'm not really like a huge Eric Dubé fan, but every once in a while I find a good video on there. Right? I've talked to him in the chat and stuff. He's all right.
Allergy symptoms? Thankfully, there's Reactin. It acts fast and lasts 24 hours. Reactin, serious about allergies.
All these new topics that have been happening, like the 24-hour sun, Rising Earth, it's all on his channel. Like, he knew a real lot about it like 10 years ago. It's old videos. It's like this all happened before. It all happened about 10 years ago. And now it's happening again at the same time.
Lined up for you. Here's another rabbit hole. Here's another rabbit hole. Here's another rabbit hole. Listen, Ray, I put a really short video. It's only like 36 seconds long in a public.
Fully agreed.
All right, private chat.
What do
you think, Callfourzero? Is it all right if I switch over to this one real quick? 30, and I'll come back to you.
It's 32 seconds.
I've got about 20 minutes or half an hour. That's okay.
I'm not going to be able to answer what's causing this, and you're not going to be able
All right.
to answer it either. That's the whole point. Watch.
Okay. All right. Let me switch over. All right, real quick, and I'll go back to that one. There's not that much left of the other one.
Wow, that's crazy.
A jar here, which is full of a chain of beads. There's about 8,000 beads on the chain. It's
Wow, that's cool.
long, and it behaves in this really weird way.
Okay, this is good. I've seen this.
What the? Is that real? That's so
Yep.
crazy cool. That's the weights pulling it out.
No, that's a magic one. I thought you had one of those.
I want one.
I wonder what would happen if he did that off the roof of a building.
I want to make one now.
All right, so what is that trying to show?
I have enough.
Oh, yeah.
If you make one,
If you do it off
Well,
the
that
building,
destroys,
it
like,
goes
it's,
higher and higher.
in
and
order
higher.
for it to come, in order for it to come out of the jar where it's held by gravity or buoyancy or whatever, it's actually going up, which means it's going faster than your rising Earth theory, and it means that it's completely destroying your gravity theory because it's going up before it goes down.
Now I completely lost that spot.
it's the weight of
Yeah,
it
almost
pulling
there.
it up.
I get it
There's longer videos on that
pretty
subject
cool.
about the chain.
Yeah, but if it was moving up, and it isn't Eric Dubé right about the fact that it would be going like super, super, super fast by like it'll be going like
How is it going to
double
go
the speed
faster
of
than
light.
the Earth? Like if the Earth is rising, how is that change going to go faster than the Earth for a while and then go down?
I don't know.
Come on,
tell me
man.
if this is the part we
It's not
were
going
at.
faster than the Earth.
You
It's just
can
going
look
up.
at
Right,
various
There's more to that whole
speeds
chain
of
thing.
objects.
I'm saying if,
Did I-
if it were
Call
right.
for Zero, was it the
I
part
have
we
a
were
very
at, or did I?
flexible mind. I can immediately go into a theory and act like in my mind, like I fully believe it because I can see your point of view completely. I don't agree with it. But yeah, I'm really flexible. I can all of a sudden become a rising earther and you'd be like, whoa, he flipped. I'm like, nope.
Yeah,
Just do it.
I'm
I'm a
really
good actor.
surprised. I'm
It's
really
not all
surprised that
chain
I'm an
Eric,
empath.
Eric
do that,
Dubé
too.
is
As
so
an empath, I can totally
anti-rising
respect
Earth.
that.
Well,
I
yeah, I don't
understand
know,
it.
but let me
know.
ask
I
you:
mean,
is
I
this
don't
the part
understand
of
it.
the
You know.
video we was on still,
All
That's Eric
and get
Dubé's
an
chain.
idea of what's going on.
or did I lose the spot?
Well, hey Ray, before you go on, as
Yeah.
I said, when Williams' experiments ended, I'm adding my opinion right now.
Okay.
There you go.
So
I
I know
don't-
it's going to be, hey, it can't be that, it can't be this. And if you want to say that, it's on me. But the physical experiments show the upward vector. This is all my conjecture at the end. So if you want to go after me, bash me, go for it. I will list 3 examples. A skydiver laying prone with the chute not deployed will reach a maximum speed of 135 miles per hour, whether it be a 500-foot jump or a 5,000-foot jump. The skydiver is going to max out at 135 miles per hour. If the same skydiver rotates and goes into a pin drop position, like a spear, the maximum speed is 165 miles per hour. The air, the ether we breathe, provides resistance. It maxes that second skydiver at 165 miles per hour. So when I got these first 2 numbers, I considered what would be the object that falls the very fastest without external force, without being thrown, without being shot. So I looked up bowling ball. How fast? What's the maximum speed a bowling ball can attain? My early searches about this were 3 months ago and revealed 300 miles per hour. So in my mind, that's going to be the maximum speed any object will naturally appear to fall, 300 miles per hour. Interestingly, if you search bowling ball now, it doesn't give you that figure. It says, well, it could be 100 miles an hour, it could be 200 miles. It's like they changed it. They didn't want the information to be clean, but when I searched it, it was a clean 300 miles per hour. Taking the resistance of the atmosphere into account, I think it's pretty safe to say it would not reduce the speed 50%. It would have to be pretty thick to reduce the speed 50%. So let's say it reduces the speed 25%. This gives us a mile per hour number on upward vector of approximately 400. I'm not saying this is the speed, but just looking at the overall big picture, it kind of matches up. A few months ago, I considered mud flood theory and rising Earth with a figure of 400 miles per hour for the number. The whole system were rising at 400 or 500 miles per hour and it changed speed. It would be A, B, or C. It would be a very slow decel over about a minute's time, a moderate decel in 15 seconds, or a hard decel in 2 seconds. I think it's pretty safe to say if the system is rising over 300 miles per hour and it stops in 2 seconds, mud, water, any loose debris is going to be lifted 100 yards in the air, perhaps. They would all rise. But your huge block cathedrals, large stone structures, pyramids, they could
Mud flood rising. Remember that shit? We did an episode called that.
probably resist it. This brings into question the reason for building everything so strong and stout and heavy in the old world. Is it because they're aware they have to withstand a periodic reset? I don't know, but it's something to think about. I'll give you a few examples of cities across our level plain in their elevation, over 3,000 feet elevation. The abrupt stop, the local waters rising, 10 to 30 feet of mud along the edge of the buildings. Denver, 5,280 feet. Salt Lake City, 4,200 feet. Mexico City, 7,340 feet. The capital of Turkey, Anara, 3,700 feet. These are some pretty high cities. Without even looking, we know there's going to be mud flooded buildings there. Tides in the upward vector system are a brand new exploration that we're just starting to look into. Williams' theory is that a force is required to move the water. It just doesn't move on its own. So if you think of a pan, like a baking pan with an inch of water in it, you lift the pan, not precisely straight. There'll be a high level at one end and a low level at the other end. The middle, the pivot area, will be very minimally shifted. It'll be mostly the extremes that you'll notice it. So if we look at the flat Earth map, we have Alaska tides being the most extreme at 24 feet. And the tides off Vietnam, pretty significant, 4 meters. That's about 14, 15 feet. And here's a picture of Vietnam, the east coast of Vietnam. Darwin, North Australia, 19 feet. Pretty significant. So it's looking like Alaska and Australia are our extremes, whereas the area between Jamaica and the Mediterranean have next to no tides. The Azores out in the middle of the Atlantic, nothing. Jamaica, almost nothing. Mediterranean, between 6 inches and a foot. Montego Bay, Jamaica, 1 foot. It's more food for thought. And like I said, it's data. We're just piecing together a big picture at this point. Thank you all for listening.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Nice.
yeah, good. Thanks for coming on and thanks for the good presentation. I mean, I could see you really took your time and put it together and stuff.
Yeah, good
I started on it last night when we were talking about getting together, and I finished it this morning.
Nice.
I appreciate you coming on. You know what I mean?
Ray inspires people to do shit.
I am gonna keep looking into it. Anytime I see anything new on it or anything anyone says is good, I'll check it out. I guess I see what he's trying to say a little bit now, more better than I could see it before. But I still don't. I don't know. I don't think it proves that the Earth is rising to me. Still,
It took me 4 months to get past 95%. I'm like, come on. It took me 4 months. So,
yeah, it's a lot. I mean, you got to really think about it. But I mean, his experiments work. Like whatever, but like if I if I come up with some kind of experiment that does something, does that prove that that's what the Earth is doing? You know what I mean? That's the way I'm looking at it.
I think it's a close call, but you know how science pushes Newton's laws?
Yeah.
Newton's laws show it's rising. So
if
I mean,
Newton's laws show it's rising, then why didn't they just come out and say Newton proved that it was rising?
because they need gravity for two things, for the globe and for space exploration spending. They need it, control. And then they'll ask, well, if it's rising, like what's on the outside? And if you say, well, I can't go past like 60 degrees south latitude, they're like, well, you don't have a model, so you're all full of it. And it's just the same old stuff. It's the same stuff.
It is the same old stuff.
Yeah.
No, I get it. You guys are trying to advance. You're trying to
take it to the next level. Like I said, the last 5 or 6 minutes, that's all me.
Mm-hmm.
That's all like, okay.
With Cascade Platinum Plus, I have upped my dish game.
Auntie, in that dishwasher.
Watch me.
Platinum Plus gives you the highest standard of clean, even in your machine.
Clean enough for you?
Yeah.
Scrape, load, done. Cascade Platinum Plus.
That's the bottom line. And physics shows that.
Okay. So
it could be that if the upward Earth theory is correct, it could be that we're in an enclosed system and that enclosed system is rising.
Yeah, I don't.
The enclosed system doesn't move at all. It's like
I don't know, but
exactly.
I know that people who are more advanced than I am say, yes, it's the whole thing, including our celestial observation. The whole deal is rising. But I don't know.
Yeah, it would have to be.
Nice. Well,
good stuff.
Good stuff. Yeah. I put the link out. Is there anybody that wants to come on and show anything else on this or ask him any questions before we go? Because I'm just going to keep it short. It'll get more views like that. It's not like I have a whole show put together that I can go on for like 6.5 hours. But yeah. I appreciate everyone coming on.
And there's more experiments and things out there. We can continue this on another time too.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're all gonna, we all do our own research, and I'm sure we're all gonna dig for different things and find. My show, we constantly, some nights we come on and we constantly change topics the whole show. Like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And then some nights we do a whole one topic show like tonight.
What do you guys think about there's the whole Obama investigation?
I don't know what's going on with that.
Have you guys heard anything?
I ignore it. I ignore politics, but what happened?
Yeah, I ignore politics too, but when they say there was possible arrests involved, I had to check it out.
Oh, really? They're going to arrest someone? They're going to arrest Obama? When is it going to happen?
I don't know. It could all just be some kind of hoax.
I feel like if the cops are going
I don't know.
I feel like if the cops are going to arrest someone, if they're going to arrest someone, they don't threaten to do it. They just show up and arrest you.
You don't arrest your friends.
Like that's like, hey, I'm coming to arrest you next Thursday, Singe Man, at 8 p.m.
Okay,
you waiting for me? Were you waiting for me with the handcuffs on?
Yeah, I'll have my lawyer right here, and then, I know they're so weird. They're all friends. They're laughing their ass off.
At this point, it's going to be either AI or a realistic mask anyway. It's like Biden's third hand on the podium and the Pope disappearing before he goes through a curtain. And what else?
There you go.
Exactly.
Also,
The world
also,
stage
I saw
has
that
gotten
video.
more technologically advanced.
That video Feed Your Mind made recently about Trump says he's going back to the moon. And he said that we're going back to the moon. He said that they're going to put a moon base on the moon. And then we're going to go to the ISS
Hey,
and then the
hey,
moon.
that's a way to make money, dude. If you can get someone
They
to bet
already have
against you
a
on
base
that,
on
you
the
can
dark
win every
side of
bet.
the moon, bro.
And then he said after we go to the moon, we're going to Mars.
No, that's a really
That's
good
what Trump
way to
said.
make
Yeah.
money. Just bet someone that it won't happen. And you'll make every
Right.
2 years, you'll make a bunch of money.
Oh, remember when Jaron did
You'll
that?
win every bet.
Jaron did that.
What did he do?
He put out a bet on some kind of website that allowed you to do this.
Mm.
And it was like something about them going back to the moon. It was the bet about them
It'll
going back
never
to the
happen.
moon.
That's a sure
So
thing.
yeah, he ended up winning whatever the money was.
And then okay. Right. And then people are going to catch on and they're not going to bet but the reasoning will be like they don't trust. I don't know. They'll come up with some reasons.
So,
Jaron,
you really think it's
All
going to
right,
happen?
all
You
right,
bet
we'll
your
do
whole
this, we'll
life
do this.
savings on it, right? You'll bet everything you own on it, right? No? Oh, okay.
Fine. Any questions in the audience? Anybody? Anybody want to do anything else? Final thoughts?
Oh, really? We're already over tonight, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not doing a long show about this. We
Final
already had him on.
thoughts?
Unless someone in the audience that wants to come up and say anything else about Rising Earth and show us.
Oh, okay, I thought we were going to talk about other stuff.
We're just interviewing him. I mean, it's not really like it's not one of our shows tonight. We were just interviewing him.
Okay.
But
Hold on.
if someone else wants to
go
come
first.
on, or if anybody wants to come on and say something against Rising Earth, either or, speak up.
We had someone coming on.
Did.
Who was that? That was good.
It did go good.
Like,
The thing is,
really
with these
controversy.
type of streams, they'll get more views if we keep it short. More
Okay,
people,
true.
yeah. If it's long, people don't even bother clicking.
And
People
it'll be,
it's only an hour.
downloadable,
Oh,
too,
it's
if it
only an
gets
hour long.
large.
Angela Carson should come on.
So my final thoughts is this. When I first heard about this Rising Earth thing, I got angry at you guys. I flipped out on everybody because it went against the Bible, right? It went against the biblical cosmology, and I was pissed. But and every time I talk to anyone about it, it's like upward vector this, no acceleration in free fall, this and that and the other thing. And I'm like, I don't even understand what they're saying, right? So and then I got like an attitude like, oh, you're just not smart enough to understand it. And like that made me feel like, oh, what is this, like the globe all over again? Like you're not smart enough to do the globe math. You know what I mean? Like the curvature, whatever, right? Same shit, right? But no, because then I talked to Angela about it and she kind of explained it and I was kind of like, okay, I already got the it could be a bubble rising in water thing. I got that. But if we're going up, everything would be going down, right?
Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
everything in contact
All right.
with the earth would be, yes.
So basically at first I thought these rising earthers were like trying to come in at the same time as the final experiment with their fake 24-hour sun nonsense. We didn't go to Antarctica. You can't go to Antarctica. And then, I thought they were just coming in to ruin the community. I was like, okay, so they're hitting us with rising Earth, right? And this other one, the 24-hour sun, all at the same time from different angles,
what about?
different
There's
groups.
there's no
I
trees
felt
on Earth.
attacked. I
There's
felt
no
like it was
forest
an
on
attack.
Earth, dude. There's no forest on Earth.
All right, let me finish talking. I was passionate about about flat Earth. I'm passionate about flat Earth, and when I see someone in the community, because they help me out so much, and I love it, and I'm just kind of like, I don't want people to come in and completely destroy our movement, right? But then when I talked to Angela, I realized that they're just trying to explain how gravity works. They're not trying to change the flat Earth model. They're not trying to. It's not what I thought it was.
We don't have
They're
a
just
model.
Simply, it's basically like this is how gravity works. Where it's
one
rising
knows.
up and everything falls down. right?
If everything is rising, the ball is not a thing at all. So it's the globe killer is what it is. It can't be an expanding ball. It just can't.
It's a globe killer. Okay.
Okay, I'm ready for my final thoughts. Okay,
All right,
so my final thoughts basically have to do with. Okay, basically, I will just want whatever is in those UFOs coming through the space. Okay, space guys. I want outer space guys to come and conquer the Earth and make humans their pet because I would like to have one of those little beds with my name on it.
A pet bed? You want a pet bed with your name on it? A dog bed?
Yeah, that'd be great. So I would like them to conquer the
Nancy!
Earth.
Nancy! Send
give me a
Sinjin
pet
one of
bed.
the Boston Ray dog beds that we have in the back.
Human size.
We have them stockpiled back there, bro. I didn't know you
But I
made
need
one.
an alien owner though. Take me for walks.
All right. Well, that was a good show. Thank you everybody for showing up.
Oh, hey, Ray.
Yeah, what's
You
up?
got
Your
final
final
thoughts?
thoughts.
My final thought is it's a 30-second video that I just put it in the private chat.
Oh, okay. We'll do it.
That's my final thought.
Okay.
It's a good one.
All right. Give it a sec. It's a commercial.
Did that make Angela laugh? I think I did.
Nice. Okay, this is Rye Russ's final thought. I'm going to play one last video about gravity on the way out. Because since we came in with Eric Dubé, we'll leave with Eric Dubé. But this is Rye Russ.
Yeah, right on.
Watch the bottom. Doesn't move.
That's just potential energy, man.
What does it mean? It doesn't move. So what does it mean?
It doesn't move, bro.
Yeah.
It
So
means
what does that?
that it
I
doesn't
don't get
move.
it.
It means it doesn't move. That's cool though.
But how does that
Wow,
equate
dude.
to the Earth?
What I'm seeing is an awesome camera work because you have to have a really good camera to get that.
I mean, I can sit here for hours watching this.
You gotta have a really good camera
You guys,
for that, dude.
you guys are spoiling me now.
Man, I want that camera. It does that.
Wait. All right, hold on. But
That's like
it
a
does
$10,000
move.
camera.
What do you mean it doesn't move? It moves.
The
oh,
bottom.
wow,
Look at
wow,
the
this
bottom's
fall.
not moving.
Until it hits, yeah.
Right here, it's not
Obviously.
moving.
That's crazy. It's just like sitting there.
I know.
on
How does
nothing.
it do that, though? How does it do
That's
that?
pretty cool.
Food for thought.
What does that
pretty
prove? That
cool.
we're rising? That the Earth is rising? Does that prove that the Earth is rising? To you?
Or maybe it's showing that it's not.
Let me ask Callfourzero. What do you
It's
think
showing
that
that
shows?
it's got a good camera.
Is that the
is what
same
I
type of
see.
idea of what you were showing, Callfourzero? Is it?
I talked to Lucky Haskins 4 or 5 months ago, and he
Yeah, Lucky's a great
adamantly is
guy.
against rising upward vector.
Yeah.
And a slinky or something like that was used to show like a force. And he said, I'm throwing that out. It's loaded. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm throwing it out. It's loaded.
Well, what I'm saying is like, yeah, I get what you're saying, but like a lot of us old school flat earthers come from the Christian flat earth groups, which prove that, we were taught that anything that goes against the Bible is anti-Bible. Anything that's anti-Bible is anti-God. Anti-Christ.
Because I don't see it that way. Because I don't need a book to find God.
Does that include the Mandela effect?
Shout out to Angela Baby Carson.
I mean,
have a great night.
I don't know. I'm just referring to more or less the Hebrew. I'll put it up on the screen.
I'm a heathen